10 Things You Didn't Know About Klay Thompson. One of the game's deadliest shooters, Klay Thompson is one half of the Golden State Warriors' Splash Brothers, alongside Stephen Curry. Currently, continuing rehab from his Achilles tendon injury, Klay is gearing up for a possible return in the NBA's upcoming season. The five-time All-Star shooting guard may still have quite a long way to get back to the court, but is still regarded as one of the most important offensive weapons of the Warriors' lineup. As we look forward to his explosive return, let's find out more about this impressive player. In this video, we're taking a look at 10 things you didn't know about Klay Thompson. Before we jump to it, don't forget to click the like button, share, subscribe, and press the notification bell for more updates. Number 10. Klay comes from a sports family. We all know how athletic Klay is, and that he has an incredible skill set. This may be because of the great sporting gene pool from his family. Klay grew up around the NBA as his father, Michael Thompson, played for the Los Angeles Lakers, the Portland Trail Blazers, and the San Antonio Spurs. Klay's dad was also the first overall draft pick in the NBA back in 1978. Klay's brother, Michael Thompson, also was a star player at Pepperdine University and now plays for the Santa Cruz Warriors, part of the NBA's developmental league. Klay's younger brother, Trace, chose baseball as his sport, getting drafted by the Chicago White Sox and now plays for the Los Angeles Dodgers. His mother, Julie, was an athlete as well and was a professional volleyball player at one time in her life. With so much sports in the family, it's clear to see how Klay can be so skillful. Number 9. Klay is multicultural. Klay has a very interesting and multicultural background. His father, Michael, has roots in the Bahamas, while Klay's mother, Julie, is European. Klay still has plenty of relatives in the Bahamas that he's quite fond of. His Afro-Caribbean and European roots is evident of the growing multicultural aspect of players in the NBA, with players such as Steph Curry, Blake Griffin, Zach LaVine, and Devin Booker proudly representing their mixed backgrounds. Number 8. Kevin Love is Klay's childhood buddy. When Klay was growing up, he played Little League Baseball with another future NBA star, in the person of Kevin Love. Kevin and Klay were childhood buddies and grew up playing ball together. Their friendship would stay the same throughout college and in their professional careers together, even when they needed to face off against each other in the NBA Finals. This fact becomes a little bit more interesting, especially in 2014, when there were rumors that Kevin Love was going to be traded by his then team, the Minnesota Timberwolves, for Klay Thompson, with many speculating that Love would become a prized asset for the Warriors. While the rumors stayed just as such, it was clearly the right decision as Klay would eventually be an offensive pillar in the Warriors' camp. Klay and Kevin remain great buddies, with Klay even being quick to admit that when they played growing up, Kevin was always the best player on the team. Both continue to have plenty of respect and admiration for each other's game and respective careers. Number 7. Klay's girlfriend is famous. Klay may be an NBA superstar, but his girlfriend, actress Laura Harrier, has made quite a notch in Tinseltown. Laura began modeling when she was 17 and pursued acting through soap operas and commercials. Her role as Peter Parker's love interest in Spider-Man: Homecoming brought her plenty of worldwide attention and has starred in the Netflix miniseries Hollywood. The two have been dating since 2018 and are considered to be quite private with their relationship. Number 6. Klay was a Lakers fan growing up. Being born in Los Angeles and mostly living in California for all of his life, Klay has expressed that he was naturally a Los Angeles Lakers fan growing up. His father also played for the Lakers, which is probably why Klay once joked about not knowing who the Golden State Warriors was growing up. He said he forgot who they were because the Warriors wasn't a particular good team in those years, and that growing up, he had sights on being a Lakers man himself like his father. Of course, that was before Klay and the rest of the current crew changed the history for basketball in California. Number 5. Klay is often criticized as being too nice. Basketball is a very physical game. Sure, it may not be like the era of the 90s ball, but that was simply too physical. But it's still a very taxing game. Aside from that, mental games on the court also play a huge role in intimidation tactics. Players often get into other players' faces, such as Klay's vocal teammate Draymond Green. However, Klay isn't much for that side of the game. He's more of a quiet and deadly assassin who rarely gets rattled and doesn't even like talking trash. Klay is more known to be soft-spoken, humble, but has the confidence well enough to sink in the most important shots right when his team needs him. Klay would rather let his teammates deal with the face-to-face scenarios, especially when he doesn't stay from behind the arc and just sink those trees. Number 4. Klay is a regional commercial actor. Like many NBA stars, Klay has had many opportunities to capitalize on his basketball fame. He spent time on the local commercial circuits shooting ads for partner brands for regional spots. After all, the guy does have looks that can sell for commercial TV ads. He even shot ads in support of San Jose Mercury News, because he himself reads the newspaper in the locker room. His most popular commercial is the one with Klay playing chess against Michael K. Williams, based on the legendary 7th Seal chess match. It was for a Kaiser Permanente commercial, which clearly saw Klay playing chess with the actor from The Wire being the absolute right move. Nowadays, Klay has upped his acting game, and he is set to appear in LeBron James's new Space Jam movie. Number 3. Klay got interviewed about scaffolding. Most news outfits have street reporters who often interview random people for the topic of the day. During a Fox 5 broadcast in New York City in 2017, where a reporter was asking people on the street about walking under scaffolding around the city, they randomly found a game Klay Thompson who didn't hesitate to express his own views. Klay's reply to the question was actually pretty technical, saying that he likes to check to see how old pipes are before committing to walking under the scaffold, and might even avoid it if it looks old. Who knew that aside from picturing out angles from beyond the arc, Klay has time to ponder on everyday things such as scaffolding? The interview happened without any realization that he was the NBA superstar that he is. Later on, Klay would admit that the reporter had no idea who he was, and that it was the only cameraman who realized who they had randomly interviewed out on the street. Number 2. Praise the toaster. On March 2017, during an autograph signing event, a Golden State fan named Ronnie Reyes brought a Warriors-branded toaster to the event to have it signed by as many players as he could. When Klay Thompson was presented with the toaster, it became a viral meme moment because of his facial expression and surprise. Soon enough, numerous memes depicting Klay holding onto the toaster like a baby with a diaper, and other funny images of the sort immediately could be found online. Sure, having an actual toaster at a signing event may seem peculiar, and even Klay himself expressed the same sentiment that many people shared. He did end up signing the toaster, and soon after, the Golden State Warriors would go on to a massive 27-win, 1-loss run, leading many people on Reddit to say that we should praise the toaster for the impeccable win run. Number 1. He only dribbled the ball 11 times to 60 points. During the 2016-2017 season, Klay exploded on a December game to lead his Golden State Warriors to a win over the Indiana Pacers. Thompson claimed 60 points, which included a 40-point first half. He shot 21 for 33 from the field, including 8 for 14 from the three-point line, and 10 for 11 from the foul line, all in just 29 minutes of play, before head coach Steve Kerr pulled him from the game near the end of the third quarter. He didn't even play the entire fourth quarter as he stayed on the bench the whole time. Had he played a bit more, he surely could have added to the stats and broken more records. The powerful performance is compounded by the fact that he only took 11 dribbles for the whole game. In the 52 times he held possession of the ball, Klay held it for a total of only 90 seconds for the whole game, with an average of 1.73 seconds per touch. This means that Klay managed to explode with 60 points in such a low range of ball touches and in such a short span of time. With his feet, Klay became the first player in the shot clock era of NBA history to score 60 points in fewer than 30 minutes played. Now that's truly impressive. What do you think about these 10 things you didn't know about Klay Thompson? We'd love to hear what you think about them by commenting below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for more.